batter here. I went ahead and incorporated the egg whites with the egg yolk. Again, I did the egg white first to a nice soft or medium peak. Actually, medium to large to hard peak. And then I added the egg yolk. Okay? So now we're going to do the chilies. We got the fire going over here. It's getting kind of hot. It's getting hot in here. It's a dick off for you. Okay. I have a little cornstarch here. And I have a little salt. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of salt in the batter, just to season it up a bit. Okay, you could also put it on the chili, or as you blend it together. But I went ahead and did it that way, so it's fine. Whichever way you can satisfy yourself. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of cornstarch. I don't like a lot of cornstarch in my meal because it has a lot of carbs and it's not always good for you. As far as carbohydrates, if you're washing them, and I usually try to wash it. And I just rub it on the chili a little bit. Some people will put it in the batter, but I'll rub it on the chili. Just so that the batter can stick to the chili. Okay? You don't want the batter to slip off the chili as you're frying it. That's no fun. So I just got a little bit of the cornstarch and I'm gonna rub it on the chili. You got that, China? Okay? Rub it on the chili on both sides a little bit. It only takes a little bit. Pretty simple, pretty easy. All right, we'll get this going. Put the rest of it on there. I didn't have that much cornstarch anyway, so whip it around. Okay. Now we're gonna check the temperature of this oil. If it's sizzling like that, we're good to go. We don't want it too high because we don't want the egg to cook too fast and get too brown too quickly before it actually cooks, which is really kind of gross. So we're gonna go ahead and I think the oil's ready though. So let's go ahead and start the first one. So we're gonna dip the pepper into the batter and we're gonna coat it on all sides, real nice and coated. See there? And you gotta kind of work fast here. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna throw one in. All right, trying to get that. I'm trying to keep an eye on that for you so you can see it cooking as I put them in. These are beautiful golden brown, golden chili rellenos. And of course, you know, I love chili rellenos. I love all Latino food, Mexican food, you know, all of that good stuff is delicious. It's got peppers and seasoning and hotness, and it makes you happy. All right, so we'll just do those few. Maybe we can turn this up just a little bit, get it going. You can kind of gauge now at this point how fast it's going to cook. All right. You don't want it to cook too slow because you don't want them to be greasy. If they cook too slow, then the oil starts to seep into the food and it makes it greasy. And we don't want them to be greasy. So I usually like to leave the stems on the pepper so that I can have something to hold on to when I flip it. This one is a pretty color. Just flip it over. You can kind of tell what color the pepper will be or is by the lining of it over here. So that's a good thing. All right, you see how that's easily done? Just take it and flip it. Rub it down. Oh no! Okay, here we go. Now it's doing this thing. And what the heat will do, it melts the cheese inside. It makes it delicious and ooey and gooey and ooh, also delicious. So while we're waiting for this to happen, I'm gonna go ahead and heat up some of my sauce for the chili rellenos. And I like to use my Flair enchilada sauce, my little red cravat. This is the enchilada sauce I make myself out of red chilies. And this is what we're gonna use as a sauce for our chili rellenos, okay? Excited about that, excited about that. All right. Let's put this one on the, oh, that's because this was wet. That was a problem. Don't ever put water in oil. You see what happens. You gotta be careful. I try to cook on all sides because I want all sides of the egg to be nice and cooked. So it's, you know, it's a little tricky, but You can do it. Put your back into it. You can do it. There we go. Nice and get that to stand up a little bit. There we go. This one, roll it over a little. Try not to get the, try not to break it like I just did. That's no fun. Let me get the top of this one. Alright, let's turn this down a little bit. Okay, I think they're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Get the top of this one. I like to get fancy and do all the way around them. Some people don't. They just let them sit there. It's fine. You can do that too. Alright, these are good. There goes my smoke detector. There's some smoke in here, folks. Alright. Alright. Put a little more egg on top if you need to. Like that. Get it all coated nice and sexified. Whoop, whoop. Okay, this one's getting brown pretty fast. We're going to flip it. We don't want them too brown. It's okay if it does that because, you know, it's going to be on the plate anyway, and you're going to eat it with the sauce. It's going to get all in the delicious sauce. So, it's all right. Don't be afraid of it either. You know, it's just a little egg coated on top of a chili. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just get in there, turn it on over, and let it do its thing. You know, it'll tell you what to do. Your food talks to you, believe it or not. Your food tells you what to do. Sometimes you won't even, if you can't get some of the spots that you need to get, just go ahead and put it on top like that. See? Get it in there real good. Whoop. Whoop. So it'll get all cooked. It's another way you could do it. Cook it up real good. Okay? I'm going to stand this one on his head. You know me, I like to stand stuff on their head. There we go. It's called a mountain of Chile Relleno. You flip it over again if you like. As you can see, the faster it cooks a little bit better because you don't want it to be too greasy or anything like that. Nobody wants some greasy Chile Relleno. You know, I don't like greasy Chile Rellenos. These are great. Alright, I think these are good to go. We'll turn this off. And we're going to take these out. Again, the chili's already cooked. And the pepper's already cooked. Because I took the skin off when I roasted it. And this one I'm going to stand on its head to get that part right there. And all you're really doing is heating it up enough to melt that gooey cheese inside. Okay? Good to go. There's our Chile Rellenos. And I'll be right back.